Hello, thanks for joining me back here. It's been a couple of weeks. I know I talked about releasing a video about every other week, and then we got to this month of realizing that there was a fifth week in the month, and it got a little out of control and crazy for me. So I decided I would wait and release this in September coming up. So I'm recording this over the Labor Day weekend and going into, I'll be posting it and sharing it Labor Day Monday. So excited that you're here. Whether you are listening to it Monday or catching up sometime throughout the week, thank you for joining either way and coming back. Life's been fun and busy and crazy for us, as I mentioned, trying to catch up on everything and stay up to speed. Since the last video I made, the kids have gone back to school and we're getting in a groove of things. We've had some volleyball games, trying to keep up with all of that, and then just work and life in general going into the fall season. We do have a wood burning stove in our home, so we go in and get a load of wood off the mountain to keep us warm throughout the winter, and that we were able to go take care of that over the weekend. We're feeling a little sore in our arms and our back today, but it's worth it, and it'll keep us plenty warm through the winter. Been trying to get a little bit of yard work done and getting ready, prepping our home for the fall and the winter coming up before things get too crazy busy for us throughout the fall. So my husband and his hobbies keep him very busy throughout the fall, and that's coming up more quickly than we would like it to, and it will be here before we know it. So here we are. So today I just thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a catch up and talk about some of the things I've been working on and kind of where I'm sitting that way with my projects, UFOs or FFOs, or things I'm getting ready to start. So as I've done in the past, I wanted to start off with sharing a fun little favorite thing that I have. And today what I wanted to share is this cute thread catcher that my husband actually purchased this for me for Christmas last year. Might have been the year before. Now I'm not remembering. But either way, this is a home a handmade item, and you can find them on Instagram, and it's a company called Curry Bungalow, and she has all sorts of beautiful colors depending on what you like and what your preferences are. It has a very heavy weighted spot here. This little pin cushion comes off. It's like a hard board. It'll sit on the edge of your table just like this, and then your thread catcher hangs off the edge so that as you're sewing you can toss and put things in there. There's also, this is really kind of difficult to see, but there's a tiny little kind of a tab there. You can maybe slip some scissors down in or something that way to keep track of those. And then, as I mentioned, the pin cushion that's weighted with, it feels like the poly beads inside of there. This one was so cute. It came with a cute little three-dimensional flower and a couple of cute pins there as well that I've just stuck in that way. This has been one of my very favorite things. The colors are just my cheerful, happy colors I love to see and use. And it is, the quality of this is just so nice. She has some interfacing inside the basket, so it holds its shape well. I actually just cleaned it out because I had a bunch of threads in there. There's still some in there if you look close enough. But I use this every time I sit down and sew, and it's nice to have something there so I'm not just tossing on the floor and having to clean up later, which I have done in the past. But yes, if you'd like to check this one out, as I mentioned, she's on Instagram, Curry Bungalow, and then that will take you out to her shop. I believe it's on Etsy, if I'm remembering right. I'll show you the back there, her cute little tag. But all sorts of colors, and I think her stuff is limited, so you want to watch it fairly closely. I don't know if she sews, as she gets orders to purchase, or if she has a few on hand and then ships. But the way that this was packaged I was very impressed with her packaging as well. The cute little flower had a little plastic cup over it so it didn't get smashed in shipping and out of shape. And this was filled with plenty of filler to help it keep the shape and not get smashed too much. So lots of great attention to detail. The stitching is just beautiful on it. So highly recommend that. There's like some grip stuff on the back to help keep it on your table so it doesn't slide off either. So yeah, favorite thing of the video to share is this cute little pincushion thread holder, thread keep, garbage bag, whatever you decide you want to use that for. But that's been one of my favorites, and I would highly recommend that to anybody else. As of right now, I have one sewing table that one machine running, but I would definitely purchase those as gifts for people that I know, or if I ever got more space that I had more that I needed another set for, I would definitely be open to purchasing. So if that's something you're in the market for and want to add something to your own gift list, I would highly recommend that for you. So I thought it might be fun to just talk a little bit about some recent purchases I've made and some projects I've got in the process. So I've talked a little bit in the past about how much I love Primrose. My mom was able to make a trip that way about a week or so ago, and she was able to pick up some things for me. So she got me some more of the light ash gray 28 count Lagana. I like this color. I think it's a really great neutral to use, kind of offset white. It's that really light gray color, and I wanted to keep some more of that on hand. I also have seen a lot of projects coming out lately with black fabric, the cross stitch fabric obviously, and wanted to give it a try. I've heard it's kind of difficult because it's harder to see the hills. So I thought I'd start out with just an Aida, since that's a little bit easier to stitch on. So she picked me up a small little fat quarter of a 14 count Aida, and I thought I'm gonna get brave and try that one with a couple of projects that I've seen that are pretty cute. I had her also pick up some floss packs for me, so the All Things Bee floss packs. I have some projects that I really like this color scheme for. The new Lindsay just came out with, I think it was called Bless This Home, and this is the color scheme I'd like to stitch with that. And so I got the floss pack for that one, as well as the Autumn on the Farm floss pack. So I'll talk in just a moment about why I had her pick this one up for me. But that one, I love the colors. I have more than enough thread. I could probably pick through and find what I need for it, but the girls at Primrose do an excellent job curating those packs, and it's worth it to me to purchase those here and there. So those are some of my recent purchases I've had through the shop that way. And then I'm a part of a Facebook group that's like a sell, like a sew and sell type of a group. If you're interested in joining that, if you don't already, I think it's called Sew It's for Sale, and it's all one big word. And ladies will just get on and post fabrics and bundles and all sorts of things. You know, we like to share our stash once in a while when we need a reason to get our budget built back up. So I was able to purchase a couple of charm packs from that, and I got this one that was The Beautiful Day by Corey Yoder. I love Corey's color schemes, so don't have a specific project in mind for that one, just wanted to add it to my collection, as well as Clover Hollow from Sherry and Chelsea. So that one, I'm excited to find some fun projects to do with those. Again, don't really have anything specific. Sometimes when I'm working on a pattern of my own that I maybe want to design from a charm pack, or if I've found something fun that I'd like to stitch with, those will come in handy. So I'm excited for those. Let's go next to some whips. I think I just have one whip right now, so I think that'll be the best next step here. So I've been stitching on the stitching rules from Primrose, and this one has been so fun. I got started on this and just thought, oh, I'll just take it as it comes and just stitch little pieces at a time. I take this to volleyball games with us. We had a tournament a couple weeks back, and I got quite a bit of stitching done at the tournament. And then once I got going on some of these, it was hard to put down. I get it out while my husband and I are watching a movie or something like that, and it's been so much fun. So I don't remember how long ago it was I started. I think I might have shared it on the past video of when I started that, but this is where I am at this point. I was stitching on it this morning, so you can see my hoop mark there. But it's coming along well, and it's going to be a fun one to get there. There's 7 different sections to work through, and I'm 1, 2, 3, I'm on my 4th, so I'm almost halfway at this point, and it'll go quickly. I'm excited for that. And the little motifs that Lindsay puts in her pieces are just adorable. Like this one's got some cute thread bobbins, and oh, just the scissors are cute on this one, and I know there's a cute little frog coming up, and it's so fun to see what's there. So that's kind of my biggest whip I've had lately. I have a project I'm going to share in a moment that I finished from some binding, and had a lot of fun with that one. But my biggest whip's probably been that. As I mentioned, life's just been crazy, so I haven't been able to spend a whole lot of time in here. But as I go into whips, I wanted to show my things that are almost finished. I have one, this time of year I like to decorate for fall. And I like that I can get it, I kind of focus on the sunflower look throughout August, and then I kind of transition that into a little bit more fall sometime in September. So far I haven't done a lot of Halloween decorating, and it's not intentional, it's just I don't have a lot. Halloween's never been my top favorite. I like the more cutesy fall type stuff, so maybe that's another reason why I don't do much with it. But I tend to go towards more of the fall. I do have a few kits and some things I really should, and I want to get some more Halloween going. I think once I have a few, I'd be more apt to set some of that out, but as of right now I don't do a whole lot with it. So I wanted to show some of the fall things that I do have. This is one that's I finished stitching, but I need to completely finish it off. This is the Autumn Alphabet from Primrose. And this was such a quick and fun stitch. I loved this one. I did this one quite a while back, and it's just been sitting in my bin that needs to be finished. But it was done on an Aida cloth that I just honestly bought from Walmart. It's kind of got a little bit of a variance in it. And so I liked that. I thought it looked kind of a little bit primitive for fall, and I thought that was cute. And because I did stitch it on Aida, and the alphabet was so fun to go through, it was a really quick stitch and put together quickly. I just need to finish it off. I think I want to put it off in like a little, it's kind of like, I have it over here, like a little cutting board type looking thing. So I don't have any excuse as to why I haven't finished it yet. So maybe I'll hold myself accountable now that I've showed you and actually admitted that I'll have it finished by the next one. So fingers crossed. We'll see. I can show that one off to you next time as a completely FFO. And some of these I may have shared in the last video. So these are projects I have finished and that I use in the fall. So this is my cute little bovine plaid that I put on display throughout the month of August. She is, my kids and I affectionately nicknamed her Sunny, sunflowers, but this is a fun one for me to do. The pattern actually doesn't have the black back stitching around her, but unfortunately I tried to do a tea-dye on the fabric before I stitched it, and it didn't go quite dark enough to offset the white on the cow. So once I had all the stitching done, I looked at it and I thought, I just don't know if I love. She just didn't pop as much as I would have liked her to. So I just did some black back stitching around the entire perimeter of her to kind of help her pop a little bit. And it did exactly what I needed it to do. So it was fun to finish that one off. This is just on like a mat board, foam board, I should say. And I have a frame that I can switch these out, but sometimes I just leave it, and I have a cute little turntable tray, I should say, that I will pop those in once in a while too. So I'll show a photo of how that one's displayed, at least how I have it this year. I switch it up once in a while. But that one's fun, bovine plaid, really cute. And that again was a fairly decent stitch. It wasn't as quick as some others that I've done, but it didn't take me too long either. I also put out this cute little mini from Primrose. These are just in her 12 monthly minis, and this is a cute little, I think her September one. So fun. It's got cute little leaves and pumpkins and the sunflower in the middle there. If I'm recalling right, I can't remember if this one came from a thread pack or if I picked my own colors for that one, but regardless, it turned out fun. So I have those two on display right now, and now that we're transitioning over in September, I'll start adding some more to that. So another one that I finished off actually last year is this I Love Fall Most of All, and that one is from Primrose as well. Big surprise, huh? I stitch a lot of their work. And this one was a really cute, fun one. I have it stuffed with a little bit of some poly beads in the bottom and then just polyfill in the top. Give it some weight so it wants to actually kind of sit up there and doesn't flop too much that way. So that was a fun finish to do. And then once we get over into the month, the end of September, even probably, I don't know, maybe I'll put this one out in September. Maybe I'll wait till October, but this one I've definitely leave it out through November. And this is the Autumn Quaker from Primrose. I finished it last year, so I had it marked as 2024. But these Quakers are so fun. Little motifs with the season there. This was, I think, the second Quaker I've stitched of hers. I believe the Patriotic Quaker was the first Quaker I stitched, and I believe this one was the second. So that one will go out sometime soon as well in my decor. I think it was my first episode, I shared just some other little fun things, and this is my, I shared the garlands that I like to put out. I have a friend that makes these. I purchased this one from her years ago. This is my fall garland that I keep out, and I'll post a photo of how I have that displayed. But this one is fun. The colors just blend perfectly with my stitching that I've been incorporating, and I will set this out even in August because it has a lot of the yellows and browns that tie in nicely with the sunflowers. And so this one usually sets out from August till November till I'm ready to put out Christmas, and that's a really nice one to have to incorporate, kind of intermix things. You guys have heard of, oh, I got a ribbon that needs to find its home back there. You've heard of kind of like capsule wardrobes. I tend to do like capsule decorating sometimes that can kind of transition throughout multiple different parts, so I'm not redecorating every couple weeks or every month. I like to try to find things that can intermix and just switch things out here and there. So here I am kind of in that transition where I'll keep some of the sunflower things out but add some more fall and just start kind of intermixing. As I do decide if I want to do a little bit more Halloween, we'll decide if that kind of switches out, but as of right now I kind of just like the fall, and we'll kind of stick with that. My next project I have up, I will keep stitching on the stitching rules, but my next floss stitching project I have is the Autumn on the Farm. So I mentioned that my mom picked up the floss pack for me, and that is why, is because I have been wanting to stitch this one for quite a while. There's a big glare, sorry about that. The Autumn on the Farm, I love this. I'm not sure if I will put it in her barn frame or not, because I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to display it yet. But that barn is just so cute. It speaks to my heart on everything autumn and fall. So that will be a fun transition one I could use once I get that finished. I'm not sure that I'll have enough stitching time to completely finish this one this year or not, but we'll see. I'm going to start working on it, and we'll see how far we get this year. I am one that likes to stitch some things in the season. I know a lot of people are like, oh, to be successful with things, you gotta stitch out a season to have it ready for the next season, and I agree. I get it 100%. But sometimes I also like to stitch in the season so that I can just kind of helps me get in the spirit of whatever season is going on as well. So that is next up on my list, is that Autumn on the Farm, and I'm excited for that. So as of right now, I'll probably have those 2 different stitches going, and hopefully, fingers crossed, start catching up on some projects I need to get fully finished, or those FFOs, so I can have a little bit more to display as well. They're small things, so they really shouldn't take me much time. It's just taking the time to do it. So that's kind of where I am right now. I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of quilts that I've been working on and where I am with those. In the past videos, I've talked a little bit about the Quilters Heritage Festival that I'm a part of, and that is coming up soon. It is right around the corner, so that will be in October. I think it's the 9th through the 11th, if I'm remembering right. The second weekend in October, and oh my goodness, we are just feeling it. It's here, and we're ready or not, it's here. So I am going to put this back over here so I can show this. But I am actually going to be teaching a class this year at the Quilt Festival. I'm actually teaching 2 classes. So one will be my quilted jacket tutorial that I have available, and then I am going to be teaching this class. It's my Kaleidoscope quilt. So if you've seen this one before, it's adorable. This has been one of my favorite patterns that I just fell in love with. When I started designing this pattern, I I was like, oh yeah, this will be fun. And then as I started putting it together, I thought, no, it needs a little tweak here and it needs a tweak here. And oh my goodness, it turned out perfect. By the time I put it all together and it came together, I thought, wow, I am so happy I added those little tweaks in. So I will post some still photos throughout the video, but just to show you on the video here, this is this pattern, the Kaleidoscope pattern. So those of you that are familiar with quilting, you can probably pick out the block fairly easily. But it also has a secondary pop to add like a secondary block in there as well. And it is so much fun, beginner friendly, whatever you want. Like it is, oh, I just love the way this one is, and I've just fallen in love with it. I did name it Kaleidoscope because I love the variances of patterns, and I had been wanting to design a quilt with less white in it. In the beginning of my quilting days, I tend to do a lot of white for my backgrounds, and I'm trying to push myself a little bit to kind of back away from that a little more. So this one I wanted to have more darks stand out, and that's why I decided to use black as the majority of my background, but I did want that white to be there to help pop. So that is how this one turned out. As I got ready preparing for the quilt festival, I wanted to just kind of test it out a little bit and make sure the pattern resonated with people and that it really would land. And I have some friends that will do pattern proofreading for me and make sure things, but until you're actually sitting stitching it, sometimes it just doesn't quite hit the same. So I have a group of friends that we get together about once a month. Sometimes we'll take a break in the summer, but we get together once a month and we just stitch together. In the past, we've done a block of the month a couple of times, once, twice, I don't remember now. We've done a block of the month quilt, and for the next round, we decided maybe let's just do a quilt so it doesn't take us a whole year to get through this quilt. And easier to catch up if you miss one, anything that way. And as we started talking about patterns we wanted to do, chatting with my friends, they all unanimously voted that they wanted to try my new pattern. And so I was like, I would love that. I'm not going to push it myself, but I would love it if you guys would try that. So we did. And, oh, when did we start? February, February, or March? We started sometime back in the spring, and we were able to get it finished up. Some of the girls are still kind of working through theirs because life is life and it takes us a while to get through things. But I was able to finish the binding on my second version that I made through this class, and I was so excited with the way this one turned out. So I wanted to show it off to you today. I am still a little bit old-fashioned with quilting that I still hand bind. I did put minky on the back. This, my original version is just cotton on the back. Let's back up for a minute. Just have cotton on the back of that one. But for my second version, I thought, well, let's do something different. So I did put minky on the back, or the cuddle fabric. And for this, I went with a different color scheme than the black. And I'm so happy with this one as well. So again, I still kept a little bit of white to kind of ground it and pull it all together. But this, I used more of a teal than the black. And this one is Sunday Brunch, is the fabric that I used from the charm packs. And then I just found a Moda Grunge that matched and coordinated with it to kind of go together. Fun enough, the cute little pops of pink that I put in the middle of this. And in my original, I kept with the white in this. I put little pops of pink for my cornerstones. That's some fabric out of my grandma's stash. So I wanted that to kind of help pull a little bit of memories of my grandma into this quilt. I'm getting low on that one, so I wanted a way to help incorporate that a little bit. But I'll post some photos of the full quilt here. This one again, I'm just so happy with the way it turned out. Oranges, there's some darker kind of coral colors built into it as well. And then I put the yellow on the back to kind of bring and pop that cheerful color. I'm so happy my long arm quilter, he put a cute little kind of swirly, oh, the shadows are awful, I'm sorry. Kind of a swirly, it's not quite feathery. It almost kind of looks like a butterfly, but it's kind of got a feather effect to it. And I just thought that was so cute and whimsical to go with the colors with this. So those are my my latest finishes in preparation for the quilt festival. I was so happy with the way they both turned out, and it was so much fun to watch this class as we worked through it with my friends. They all had something different. In the class, I had, I think, 2 stitchers that decided to go with the black color scheme like I had originally designed, and everybody else just brought their own colors and designs. My mom finished hers off and did like an Easter theme with hers, like bunnies and flowers and whatnot, so springtime. My sister-in-law was stitching, and she decided she's always wanted a black quilt, so she stitched similar to my original. Another friend that was there, she went with more kind of like light blues and yellows, a little bit of pink built into it. Another friend that was there, hers was like fluorescent pinks, not fluorescent, but very bright fuchsia pinks, and popsicles, I think it was, on her charm packs. So if I remember right, she told me she was doing giving it to her daughter for a birthday present, so that was fun to see. And another gal, hers was a little bit more kind of Western themed, I think she was doing it like a baby quilt, so we figured out how to downsize it for her. She just did 9 blocks, and it was the perfect crib size quilt. So a lot of versatility on this one. This one, again, it's called Kaleidoscope, and it's available through my Etsy shop, The Coppered Clove. And such a great one. You could definitely do it on your own, but if you decide to purchase and go through it, you have any questions along the way, you're always welcome to reach out to me. You can message me directly on any of my social channels, or you're welcome to email me at thecopperedclove@gmail.com. So that's kind of what I wanted to chat about a little today, just show you kind of some of the things I've been up to, where I'm at, and what's been keeping me busy in life. So to wrap things up, I just wanted to ask a little, I have two things that I'd like a question for you. So because I bought my recent charm packs and I don't really have plans for them, I would like to know, what are some of your favorite projects that you do that incorporate charm packs? Give me some ideas. You know, do you have a favorite quilt? This one, the Kaleidoscope, is designed using a charm pack. So obviously I could make all sorts of different versions of this. But I'm also open to trying some more and some other things. So I'd love to know, do you have, do you like a bag? Do you have another quilt pattern that you really love charm packs? What's some of your favorite ways to use up charm packs? And give me some ideas, and I'd love to start stitching something. My second thing that I would like to wrap things up a little bit here this evening is to ask a little bit of a favor maybe. So I'm at a point that I would love to keep pushing and growing my channels, whether that's through social media, but especially here on YouTube. And one of the ways that we can do the best to support each other is just word of mouth, right? So I would love to ask you if you can, if you have somebody that follows on YouTube, or if you would like to go through your social media channels, I would love for you to tag somebody on this YouTube video and maybe encourage them to follow. So for every tag that you have, I'll put you in for a drawing, and you can tag as many as you like. It's endless possibilities on this one. So the more tags we can get, I would love to build the following. So maybe just tag them and encourage them to follow along and subscribe. And for any tags that you get that way, I am going to be doing a drawing and a giveaway. So let me reach over for this. I have this cute little not fat quarter. Oh my goodness. It's a jelly roll strip. And I'm so sorry, I don't have a tag on it still to show you. But this is a cute little Halloween fabrics. It's got Frankensteins and jack-o'-lanterns and black cats and orange polka dots. It's the cutest little bundle. It is not a full fat jelly roll, obviously. You can see that I counted them, there are 20 jelly rolls in this, so it's half a jelly roll pack. But if you have a fun jelly roll project or something in mind that you'd like to do that way, this would be so fun to bring in and come into that Halloween season and getting ready and doing some stitching for that. So you can kind of see that a little bit more. Jack-o'-lanterns and Frankensteins. There's a cute green with a black cat and orange polka dots. So I will leave this one open. Let me look at my calendar real quick. I'm going to be posting this Labor Day, and I'm going to leave this one open until I probably until I get ready to film my next video, I think. So I'll give you a little bit of time to watch and tag, and we'll start getting that going. But we'll plan on closing this September 10th. So as many tags as we can get on there, directly on the YouTube video. So tag a friend that way. And every tag that you have, I'll put you in for a drawing. So if you enter 20 tags, then and post them all separately, please. Easier for me to keep track of that way. But if you have 20 separate tags, I'll put you in 20 different times for the drawing, and you can win this fun little jelly roll. And in my next video, when I record, I'll announce who won this. I will cover shipping costs for you if you're outside the area. If you are close by, we could meet up sometime and chat, and I could deliver it to you then, whatever works. But as always, I would love for you to share my videos as well through Facebook and Instagram when I post through those channels as well. So the drawing will be for those posted directly on tagged directly through YouTube. But as always, I would love to share and spread the word through your other channels as well. So you're welcome to share and get the word out through your other avenues and channels that way. So sincerely appreciate the support and having you here with me every time. I love chatting and sharing some of the goodness and encouraging everybody. I hope you guys are all finding some time to get some of your own stitching in and some fun projects. Love to hear from you anytime what you're doing. You're welcome to comment, chat, or maybe even share some photos along the way. So happy stitching coming up. Find some time for yourself and take some time for yourself to take care of yourself that way. And we will catch up again in a couple of weeks. Thanks so much for stopping by.